Well, red alert has been issued across all of Israel. Iran has launched a major wave of ballistic missiles from the city of Shiraz, triggering red alerts across nearly the entire map of Israel, from Haifa in the north of Israel to Eilat in the south. In fact, air raid sirens are blaring in Tel Aviv, in Jerusalem, Beersheba, Haifa, and dozens more towns, signaling a widespread and coordinated missile barrage. In fact, the alert maps, they show near total coverage, an unprecedented event in the history of Israel's civil defense system. In fact, I'm currently joined by Ricky Rosen live from Tel Aviv to get us a sense of what exactly is transpiring there. Ricky, first of all, where are you right now and what are you seeing and hearing?
I am outside the public bomb shelter where I was just taking shelter about 15, 20 minutes ago because there was red alert, as you said, and sirens that alerted the public all over Israel to the launching of missiles from Iran. Missiles did, in fact, fall in Haifa, causing fire and excuse me, it's somebody from the bomb shelter, causing 3 or 4 injuries, but most of them light, although the fires were pretty extreme. Also, there was a hit in the south, which caused no injuries. And this is the third time, when I just came out of the bomb shelter, it was the third time today that there were sirens. And as you mentioned, the first time that it was all over Israel, in every small town, big city, rural place, there were sirens and alarms, and people had to enter protected areas.
Ricky, just give us a sense of how frequent were these air raid sirens? Were people able to reach shelters in time?
Yeah, everybody has either in their house a protected space or a public shelter like the one that I went to, which had about 50 people in that one block in my neighborhood. And they are all over Tel Aviv, all over actually every city in Israel. And so people get an alert saying that the army saw that there were missiles that were launched, and you have about 5 to 10 minutes between the time that they were launched until the time that the siren actually sounds, and you have to be in a protected space. As I said, the one at 8:30, 8:30 our time, just about an hour ago, was the third today. There was also one about 4 hours before that. And so it's become a familiar sight when you see people starting to run towards bomb shelters, and then the sirens go off every couple of hours.
Ricky, have any of those missiles impacted near you or where you are right now? Or what kind of damage that you have witnessed as far as the latest is concerned?
Near me, last night, well, actually early this morning at about 3 a.m, there was a massive attack which toppled a tall apartment building, causing 7 fatalities and over 200 people wounded, and 75 buildings damaged, seriously damaged. But since then, it's been quiet here in terms of actual missile hits. They did hit in the northern city of Haifa, where people are also very well prepared for dealing with the missiles. They have an underground hospital where they have relocated all the patients, and including neonatal unit that is underground and protected against missile attacks.
Ricky, what is the mood like in the streets there, in where you are right now? Is it about panic? Is it anger, or is it resilience among the people?
I think resilience is a good word, because even when I went back to the site of this massive missile attack in my neighborhood, when I went back today, there were many people looking and watching and talking about it, but in a way that was not angry, was not panicked, but just accepting the fact that this is the fate of Israel under attack. And this is, and if people obey the instructions of the Homefront Command, they can stay safe. It means that our lives are completely disrupted, because every few hours there are sirens. Every few hours, and especially during the middle of the night, people have to get up and get out to bomb shelters, and they have to stay close enough so that if there is a 10-minute warning that missiles have been launched, they can make it to a bomb shelter, which means that people don't go out, people don't go to celebrate in big groups, and life is kind of circumscribed as dealing with these missile attacks.
Ricky, I want to go back to speaking about the casualties. Since the attack started till now, what is the latest on injuries and fatalities, especially in Tel Aviv?
There have been 11 people killed in the last 3 days, and most of, 7 of them, no, actually, 11 people in the last day, and there were 5 people before that, and except for 4 people in the north who were killed in an Arab-Israeli village, the rest have been in the Tel Aviv area. 3 the first day, 2 the next day, and this morning, early morning, 7.
All right. I also want to understand, as far as the emergency services there are concerned, are the emergency services managing to cope with the scale of this attack? Are they prepared, or are they overwhelmed at this time?
You know, I was surprised. I asked the head of the Homefront Command that question when I interviewed him at the site of one of the missile attacks, and I saw that there were hundreds in each place where a missile had fallen. There were hundreds of rescue crews, soldiers, Homefront Command officers, ambulance crews, hundreds, if not thousands, in each place. And he said that they are equipped for something like this. They're all on emergency footing. Nobody goes to their jobs. They're all, there are many volunteers, and they're all committed to fighting on the home front.
Ricky, for all the people here in India and everywhere where we are broadcasting at this moment, just paint a picture for us. Have you seen or heard of the Iron Dome interceptions near you? Are all the incoming threats being neutralized? What is the situation like?
You hear, after the siren is over, you can hear the Iron Dome shooting. The Tel Aviv area, because it is such a desired target for the Iranian missiles and has been hit the most, has many batteries around. You can't see them; they're hidden, but you can certainly hear them when they are launched at the incoming missiles. Unfortunately, because of the quantity of missile launches coming from Iran, there have been a number that have gotten through. Each day has at least 1 or 2 hits causing fatalities and causing many, many wounded. But the Iron Dome has intercepted the vast majority of them, both in the past, during the last 20 months of war, when there were missiles coming from Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon and the Houthis in Yemen, and until today, when you have this massive quantity of missiles being launched from Iran. So the vast majority do get intercepted. Some of the damage, property damage and physical damage to people, has actually been caused by the shrapnel from the interception of the Iron Dome with the incoming missile. But in general, it has kept people safe and kept people feeling a sense of security that they are being kept safe.
Ricky, there are a lot of tourists who visit Israel. There are a lot of foreign nationals who would be there in Israel at the moment. Have you seen or spoken to any of those foreign nationals or tourists? What is the mood like among those people? Because there must be a sense of worry for them as well.
Absolutely. But to tell you the truth, a month ago, when the Houthis succeeded in sending a missile that exploded in the perimeter of the main Tel Aviv airport, Ben Gurion Airport, most airline companies canceled all their flights. And so there were very few tourists and foreigners who were coming for vacation to Israel because they weren't able to come here because flights were canceled. And now, of course, the airport is closed. And so tourists can't get out even if they want to. And I know a lot of frustrated foreigners who had their flights canceled and have no sense of when they will be able to leave Israel, especially Israel under attack by Iranian missiles.
We understand that there are currently a number of foreign journalists as well who are arriving on the ground in Israel. Is there any sign of international aid that Israel has received so far?
I'm sure that there are ways of getting aid through, and aid has already been delivered beforehand and through by sea. The airport is closed, so nothing can come in. And we're talking about military aid. We're not talking about food aid or the kind of medical aid, the kind that gets into Gaza. And so the military aid that has been promised by the U.S. Has been able to get here, even though the airport is restricted.
Ricky, before I let you go, one final question from you. What is the reaction among the Israeli citizens, especially to all the statements that we are hearing from the world leaders? Are they reassured or are they frustrated at the moment?
I think the opposition to and the resistance to Israel's actions in Iran have hardened Israeli views, making them rally behind the government, even though they may have had been in opposition to the government because of their conduct of the war and because of the right-wing members. But I think in general, Israelis have rallied behind the government because they feel that this is a war that could not be avoided because Iran has gotten too close to having a nuclear capability, which threatens the very existence of the country. And so I think Israelis feel like the condemnation or the lack of support that they may be getting from European countries and countries who are which are critical of its actions against Iran. I think the majority opinion is that this is hypocritical because Iran threatens the rest of the world, not only Israel. I think that is the main sentiment that Israelis are feeling.
All right, Ricky Rosen, stay safe. We hope to hear from you again. And thank you very much for getting us all the latest from the ground and especially from Tel Aviv. Thank you.